Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is about 11:30 the night before Outlaw Holkham. I've got an alarm set for 4:30 AM, so 5 hours time. I'm in absolute agony. I've got toothache. I've had it on and off for about 2 days. It's sort of come and gone in waves. I'm so fed up. I'm in so much pain. It started on about Thursday. I think I've got an infection underneath the crown down here. It started getting painful on Thursday. It's now Saturday night. So on Saturday morning I phoned up the dentist after an emergency appointment, and I've got an emergency appointment booked for Monday morning, and I thought I could probably get through this weekend. I've got all my bands on and everything. I'm laying here trying to get to sleep. I'm in so much pain. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I've never had toothache like it before. I don't know if I can sleep. I don't know if I could race. Absolute agony. I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up. My bike's wrecked. It's got to be up in 5 hours time. And I can't get a wink of sleep. Why does this come on the biggest race weekend of the summer? Well, as I said yesterday, or in the early hours of Sunday morning, I wasn't able to race. I've just had hideous tooth pain for 2 days. I think I remember the dentist telling me a few months ago that I had a crack in one of the molars that I'd have to keep an eye on. Well, I think it's turned into an abscess. So hideous tooth pain. I had about 2 hours sleep Saturday night, 2 hours sleep Sunday night. But luckily Monday morning is here, and I'm heading down to the dentist for an emergency dental appointment in about 10 minutes.
Lovely, just check the amount and tap on top. Perfect. Do you need a receipt with that?
No, it's fine.
Lovely, that's great. All right.
Beautiful. Thank you all very much for fitting me in.
No problem.
Thank you. Oh, thank God, out of the dentist. So numb, there is no pain. Oh, what a joy. I've got a prescription for antibiotics, but just having no pain, being so numb I can hardly talk, is just beautiful. So I had to have 2 rounds of pain-killing injections before he could x-ray my tooth, because it was too painful to hold the little x-ray thing in my mouth. So he numbed it twice with a load of injections, and then I think he said he drilled out a filling, put some treatment down inside the tooth, and then covered it up again. So things should be okay for now, but obviously long term the tooth isn't looking great. But not having any pain for a minute is fantastic. Well, I'm heading home with a beautifully numb face and some antibiotics. I feel like I could sleep for about 6 hours. I've hardly slept for the last 2 or 3 nights, and it feels so good to have no pain for a minute. It's amazing. Anyway, because other than the tooth pain, I'm in good fitness. I've managed to book another half-iron distance race for this weekend. So Ironbourne down in Eastbourne on the south coast, with a fun-looking sea swim. Jump off the pier looks great. So I guess this week is now taper towards Ironbourne middle distance. It is Tuesday. I'm back out on the bike. I'm feeling good. I can bite my teeth together again. Seriously, the antibiotics have kicked in. 5-day treatment I've got. I'm a day into those already, and yeah, they're really taking effect quickly. Those combined with ibuprofen I feel good as new. So it's really nice. I've got a race booked for the weekend and I'm actually quite excited by it. You start the race Eastbourne middle distance by jumping off Eastbourne Pier into the sea. It's a sea swim, which I quite enjoy. Bike ride somewhere I've never been before, and the run is all along the promenade. So what's not to love, hey? It sounds great. So I'm looking forward to that. I really had to sort of dig deep to make some sensible decisions when this tooth started hurting. In all honesty, I went to Holkham knowing that I had a very sore mouth. It sort of came in waves, the pain. It would last for a couple of hours, then disappear for a few hours, and I thought, if I'm lucky, I'll get a good night's sleep, I'll get out racing and try and get through it. But as it happened, when the pain came Saturday evening, I kind of stayed calm and thought, you know, this sort of builds for a couple of hours and then goes. Don't panic, just take your painkillers and get through it. But the pain just kept on building and building and building. And in the end, as you saw in that previous clip of video, I was just sat up all night, couldn't sleep, just in real serious pain. And you have to make some sensible decisions when that happens. And I quickly realised that the race wasn't going to happen. I wasn't able to eat particularly well Saturday evening. I knew any hot food really triggered it off, so hot porridge, teas, coffees, that sort of stuff really triggered it. And so I knew I couldn't have my regular breakfast in the morning, which I always have. I knew things wouldn't be right from the start, and I also knew that if I got another serious pain, bout of pain like that night, then it's going to push my heart rate up, it's going to make the effort feel harder, I'm going to struggle to eat and drink on the bike, be like a bear with a sore head, I might make some daft decisions. And I quickly realised that the sensible option was to pull out. And so that's what I did, and it did really upset me, but I knew that it was just a temporary thing, that it's not a 6 weeks or 8 weeks out issue, it's a couple of days while the pain gets sorted, and that if I was quick I could probably find a place in another similar race the following weekend. My body was fine, my fitness is really good, I didn't want to waste that, and I thought, no, just stay calm, don't over panic about it, get yourself home and get yourself booked onto another race. And that's what I did, and here I am. I've got another week of taper. What's not to like about that? Oh, dodgy junction. So yeah, we're 5 days out, got a few fairly gentle taper sessions this week, and then back into racing this Sunday. But I did also have some really lovely comments from some of you guys on YouTube and on Strava, and I'm really grateful for those. Thank you so much. They mean a lot. That's why I vlog this journey of mine, you know. It's nice to share what I'm doing. I'm kind of proud of myself with what I'm doing, and I think if it inspires one person to get up and out and do something, then that's worthwhile. And the fact that I've got a few people sort of cheering me on virtually or online, then that really helps me. So thank you for all those lovely comments. Just make sure you're subscribed if you can. That would really help. It's also quite cool that this weekend's race, Ironbourne, is the middle distance championships. So it'll be a really stacked field. Not that I'm the slightest bit bothered about where I come in my age group. I'm certainly not trying to get in the top 10 or even the top 20, to be honest. I like to think I'm fairly fit for an old guy, but I know there are hellish numbers of guys so much fitter than me that will be racing. And as long as I'm happy with my performance, as long as I know I've raced and prepared as well as I can, then that's all that matters. Okay, my bike is all set up in transition. It's a lovely sunny day here. It's a Saturday afternoon before tomorrow's race. Weather looks pretty good. Journey down here was fine, no issues. 3.5 hours. So it is now about, what, 5:30? Yeah, 5:30. Bike's all set up. stickered up. I just need to go back to the van, check I've done everything I need to, check I've got everything I need, and then go and get some dinner, maybe sit on the beach. So down there you can see the pier that we're jumping off at the end to start the race. So we swim round underneath the pier, then all the way along here, and I think swim exit is somewhere here, and then up, presumably up these steps into transition, which is just behind there. So lovely blue seas, huh? Look at those. Good morning. It is currently 4:45 in the morning. It is race morning. I'm doing that thing of trying to shove some porridge down my throat when my body really wants to be asleep. But yeah, I'm kind of half dressed. I've got my tri-suit on. I've got porridge and a cup of tea on the go in my van. I'm trying to wake up. I've got to be up in transition, have my bike set up with all of my running stuff and nutrition and all that by 5:30. Transition closes 5:30, and then wander down to the start to start shortly after 6 o'clock-ish, I think. People start going into water from 6 o'clock onwards and then go through in waves. So I reckon by about 15:15 or so I should be underway, I think. But yeah, I won't be able to video obviously during the race or get any footage or anything like that. So I reckon I'll see you afterwards. Whew, half Ironman, Ironbourne, 70.3, here we go. Alright, just heading up to the start with all my bike and run stuff to go and set transition up. And then I'll go back to the van, maybe have another cup of tea before heading off to the race start. Okay, we are back, all done. Race finished, and I'm finally, going to sit down in the van. Whew! That was a hot race, that was a hard race. But I enjoyed it. It was tough. It was a really warm day. Hilly on the bike, hot on the run, and a little bit windy on the run, but a really nice event. A really nice event. Where do we start? So, swim. It's a big jump off the pier. That surprised me. It must have been 20 feet we had to drop off there. I don't think it was 20 feet. I think it was a good 10, 12 feet or so. It was a big drop off the pier. Holding onto your goggles, went a few feet underwater and then set off swimming. You sort of went round underneath the pier and then back around the end of the pier again, and then a long straight, probably half a mile, 3/4 mile section all the way to the shore. Swim was lovely. I loved the swim. It was really choppy. It was quite wavy. You're getting chucked about, getting waves hitting you in the face when you're trying to breathe. I really enjoy a rough swim like that, and that was fantastic. I swam 33 minutes, which is exactly what I wanted to swim. However, I don't know my bike or my run times. I should do. So swim was perfect, transition fine. Let's have a little look. Oh, that's okay. Swim was perfect, transition was fine. Out on the bike, needed the loo for most of the bike, which was really frustrating. It was a tough course. The first half was lovely, smooth, flat tarmac sections, rolling along at a good speed. Really nice first half of the bike ride. And then the second half got a lot more technical. There's a few climbs. You went over Beachy Head, and there's 2 or 3 really big climbs at the end there. There was a lot of traffic. By the time I came through, there was a lot of traffic snarling up. There's like a bike with a car behind it, and then 2 more bikes, and then 3 more cars, and you just had to crawl through at the speed of the bike that was holding everyone up. So the climbs were quite tough on the bike. And a little bit down the other side, to be honest, a little bit coming back down the flat side, coming down the hill afterwards, there was a lot of traffic. But I think I ate and drank quite well. I got a couple of gels in, a couple of energy bars. I think I fueled well before the race last night. And during the swim, not during the swim, obviously I drank a bit of seawater, but that was it. During the bike, I fueled well. And then back into transition, out on the run. Got a bit confused because there's a full Ironman going on the same day today as the half Ironman. So the part of the course was set up for 4 laps. You went through and collected wristbands for laps 1, 2, 3 and 4. Obviously for the half Iron, which I was doing, there's only 2 laps. But when I saw the 4 lap markers, I got very confused, thinking, okay, so it's a 5k each lap, 4 5k laps. But then the first lap was 5-6 miles long, and my brain was all over the place. I couldn't compute. But then I eventually remembered that there's a full Iron as well as a half Iron. Hence, that's what the other 2 laps were. And I realised that when I only had 1 lap to go. So that was a bit of a bonus, working out I only had 1 more lap to do, because I thought I had more. It was a long straight section along the promenade by the beach. Headwind one way, tailwind the other way. So the tailwind section was quite warm. Headwind was breezy but cool, but a bit tougher. So I just held a heart rate of about 175-ish, I think, 177. Target was 145 on the run. I think I ran 148. So that's pretty decent. I'm happy with the swim and the run, sorry. Now let me get my bike Garmin and see what that was. Let me just get my Garmin off my bike. Hoping this is the same way up. So I biked 2:52. I hoped to be about 15 minutes quicker than that, but it was quite a tough bike. Some big hills at the end, and I did struggle a little bit with the bike today. I don't know why. I fueled well. It's always difficult when you do a new course for the first time. First half felt great, but I did need the loo for half of it, and I was looking at every field entrance on the way around, thinking, do I pull over here and nip over and go to the loo? I was distracted for a lot of it, which was a bit frustrating. But overall, I don't know what my overall time is. I'll put a link up there. I'll put a photo up there to show what my finishing time was. So 2:52, 1:48. What's that? 4:40, 33 minute swim. I reckon it must be about 5:15. That's okay. I'm happy with that. It was a tough day. 5 hours was the target. 5:15. Yeah, I'll take that. I think I'll take that. Oh, it's funny when you finish, you get a bit of motion sickness. So you get a bit emotional. You get that as well. But I tend to get a bit of motion sickness. You certainly get it in the swim. Then you're getting thrown around by the waves. Then out on the bike, and then running is all very much forward motion. But when you stop, you've got this strange motion sickness going on. But it's nice to sit down. I'm going to have a cup of tea, something to eat, and then set off home because it's football today. So I reckon I end this video here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you've been up to, what you're training for, what races you've got coming up. I'll see you next week with an update of what the second half of the year holds. Take care. See you later. Bye.